What's going on, everyone? Super simple video today, and that is going to be how to export your songs so it sounds the same as if it was in the DAW outside of it. A lot of people tell me it doesn't sound the same as if it was in the DAW, and that can be multiple things, but you could be in a different listening space, like say your car versus your headphones or your monitors that you're used to listening to, or B, it can also be that you're not exporting properly. So I'm going to run you through my export settings that I export every single time. I use one export for all my songs, which is going to be for like say Spotify, SoundCloud, all that stuff. I don't do different masters. They will automatically auto gain where it sits on their platform. So you only need to export one master, and let me show you guys how simple this is. So you can do this in any DAW. Obviously I'm in Ableton, so it's going to be in Ableton, but pretty much every DAW is very similar. So you're going to hit export audio through your file, and you're going to come up to this screen, at least in Ableton. Now, the biggest thing here is you're going to want to have a few things. One, I don't do normalize. Normalize is pretty common, and I think by default it is turned on. I do not have that. Your sample rate should match whatever your project sample rate is. So if you're producing in 48K, 44, match that. Don't change the sample rate when you're exporting. Next is going to be the encode process. What you need to do here, PCM, totally up to you. File type, WAV, is going to be the highest quality audio file. I wouldn't use AIFF, FLAC. A label and streaming services are going to ask for a WAV, or they're going to ask for an MP3. The next part is going to be bit depth, and bit depth is extremely important, especially if you're planning on getting your music played out or played on CDJs. Now for CDJ 2000s, the highest bit depth you can go is 24. So you can do 16 or 24, but for EDM, I would never recommend 16, as that's more for CDs and normal music, and it's gonna have your mixes distorting a lot. So if you hear your mix distorting a lot more, like audibly, it could be because you're exporting at 16-bit. I always export at 24 because that is compatible for CDJ 2000s and 3000s and everything else. I've never had incompatibility. If you know that you're only going to be playing on CDJ 3000s, you can do 32, because now CDJs, the 3000s, can do bit depth of 32. But I would just always do WAV and 24, and dither. A lot of people ask about this. Just no dither. It's going to give you the cleanest sound of how your mix sounds from the DAW. Now lastly, if you're going to be sending this to a streaming platform or if you're a label, you should also encode to MP3. And this will say 320, that's what you want, or if you have settings for it, which mine does not, but it should always be 320. You don't want to do anything less than that, because it's going to be the highest quality MP3. Create video, all that stuff, I don't do that at all. And then from there, you're just going to hit export. And that's really it. That's all you need. And it's very simple. That's all your settings you need. And you can do this in any other DAW, like I said. These settings will be somewhere in there. And it's just as straightforward. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this was helpful for you. And you guys have a wonderful day.